If you want to know how the heck I'm able to create so much content and show up on all these different platforms and basically show up every day, I'm going to be talking about my content creation process today, and I'm going to break it down for you and make it hopefully super simple for you to implement, take action on, and start seeing results from creating content, because content is king. Really important that you're creating content on a consistent basis. I'm Ngom. I help purpose-driven entrepreneurs get more leads and sales with Pinterest, blogging, online courses, passive income, all the good things that you need to have a successful online business. Today we're talking all about my content creation process. So hopefully you can take this and kind of run with it. And just a reminder that every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every weekday, I'm going live on my Facebook page. So come and join me live. If not, listen to the recording on the podcast. Okay, so when it comes to content, first thing that I do is I'll survey my audience. So I'll actually send an email to my list with a survey and just asking them, what kind of content do you want to see from me? What questions do you have for me? What is it that you want to see, basically? So that is helpful. When you don't have an audience yet, just do research on Google, Pinterest, go to answerthepublic.com, and you can get an idea of just search, your topic in Google, Pinterest, or answerthepublic.com, and you'll see like what people are actually searching for, and get just some ideas of what kind of content that you can create. So just kind of brainstorm a little bit. When you have an audience, just ask your audience. Just send out a survey every once in a while and get an idea of the things that they're struggling with, what they need help with, what they want to see from you. Those surveys are gold. Gold. So I'll survey my audience, and then I'll just make I'll go through I read every single survey that comes in, every single one. We get hundreds. I read every single one because I want to know you better, and I want to know what it is that you need and how I could best serve you. So I'll go through that survey, and then I'll just make a list of potential topics or questions that I get asked. And so this might be in like a note or a Google Doc, and I'll just make a list of all the potential topics that I could be talking about and creating content about. Then, after I have that list, I'll do some SEO research. So I want to make sure the content that I'm creating, yes, it's helpful. Yes, it's adding value, but it's also going to show up on search engines. And so I'll create a main search engine SEO little keyword for each topic that I'm going to be talking about. And so when I do this, I am batching. So it's like I'll create a whole list of topics. It's not that I do this like every single day. I batch every single step of this process, and when you do that, it saves you so much time and you get through it so much faster. So create a list of potential topics, then create a main keyword for each one so it's SEO friendly. After I have the keyword, then I'm going to create a headline for each one, so the title of what that topic is actually going to look like. And so we use the Advanced Marketing Institute to create a headline that will actually get someone to want to watch the video, listen to the podcast, read the blog post. There are some certain things that you need to have in place for someone to actually stop their scroll and click, yes, I want to listen. Yes, I want to watch. And so we use the Advanced Marketing Institute to create that headline that is appealing for people that actually they want to digest that content. Okay. So create a headline for every single one. So you could do this, depends on how much content you're creating. You should be creating minimum one something per week. If you want to grow faster, do more. So maybe you're doing 3 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. So I would do, if I'm doing weekly videos, we got our topics, then we got our keywords. You could do this. I think I did like an entire month at a time, just because you could save time by batching as much as humanly possible. Okay. So headlines, and then I'll schedule it out on my calendar. So depends on you and if you have a team yet. We use Asana, and we have a project for our Facebook Live content, and that'll turn into podcasts and all of that stuff that I'm sharing with our team. And so I'll put the title of each topic, each Facebook Live that I'm doing, and I'll put it into Asana, and I'll put Lizzie is our social media manager, and she's listening and she edits this stuff. Hi, Lizzie. And so what I'll do is I'll put it in there and I'll tag her, and so she knows this is the topic that's going on Monday. So she knows. She actually goes in and creates an event for it on Facebook and all that good stuff. So I'll put it, every single title that I've already created, I'll just put it into Asana on the particular day that I'm going to be talking about that subject. Boom, I know every single day for the entire month what I'm going to be talking about, what content's going to be created. And then I do this on a weekly basis. So either Friday or Monday, I'll go and I'll look at what are the topics I'm going to be talking about that week. And then I'll just create an outline for each topic. So I have my outline here in my notepad, and I'll just use Notepad because it's easy and it can just, use whatever you want. I use either Google Docs or Notepad, but I like it here to stay organized. And I'll just create an outline of that content of what I'm going to be talking about. I don't create like written notes of like word for word what I'm going to say. Back when in high school or college, when I was terrified of public speaking in front of other people, I probably would have done that. Now, not so much. I'm totally comfortable doing this with just an outline of like bare bones. This is like what I want to make sure I convey to you and what I'm talking about. So I'll create an outline for the week. So every day for the week, I know what I'm going to be speaking about. I have the outline for each one. Then create the content. So that's just a matter of going live. Or maybe you want to batch videos to put on YouTube or whatever it is that you want to do. You know, any form of content could work. It just depends on what you prefer, what's easy for you, how you're going to stay consistent. Some people hate video, so they don't do video. Maybe you're a blogger, you want to do blogging. Maybe you're a podcaster, you love speaking. I don't care. It just depends on you and what it is that you prefer and what you're most comfortable with and kind of what your zone is. Some people are so good on video and they're able to connect really, really easily. Some people don't. They're not able to connect. They're really good at writing. It can connect much better through writing. So just create your content, and you can batch it if you want. I know if I'm creating a blog post, I cannot do more than one post per day because otherwise my head will explode. But if I'm doing videos, I could easily, if I'm not going live every day, then I could easily sit down and batch 4, 5, I've done 10 videos at a time where I'll take like an hour or 2 if I have all this ready, and I'll just go and do each one, boom. By the way, these are not perfect. After I would do all that, I'd send it off to Lizzie and she would edit it and take out the ums, the uhs, the pauses where I look awkward, where you should have seen the video I sent her last week that we're putting on an Opta page that we're creating. I was like, oh, this is a hot mess. Good thing Lizzie's here to edit this for me. But yeah, so create content. After that's done, then we'll create graphics that'll go with each piece of content. So for a blog post, we'll create a Pinterest pin, use Canva for that. Make sure we put that on the blog post. Then you just publish, then you share. So it's simple once you get used to it, and it's a lot more in depth than just showing up and pushing live. If you're not intentional about like the pre-work that goes into it, one, you're not going to create something that's searchable. Once you put it on a blog post, you want to make sure that it's searchable. So it's not just content you're creating for one platform that dies off like Facebook or Instagram. Like once I'm done going live here, this content's going to live on because we're going to be putting it on our podcast. We're going to be putting it on YouTube. We're going to be putting it on our blog. So it lives beyond just here. So you want to be intentional with creating the title, with creating the keywords, and then being consistent and actually prepping and not just showing up and saying, hey. Okay, so let's recap. So survey audience or do research and figure out what it is that your ideal client wants to know, wants to hear from you. Create a list of potential topics. Create your main keywords. Create your headline. Schedule them on your calendar. Create the outline of the content. Create the content. Create graphics. Publish. Share. So you can totally go back and listen to this again because I tend to talk fast. But I hope you found this helpful. If you want to know when it comes to like sharing how we're using Pinterest to drive more traffic to our content, make sure to register for my free Pinterest class where I'll be teaching you my 5-step framework to getting more leads and sales with Pinterest. Just go to freepinterestclass.com. I hope this was helpful. If you did find it helpful, make sure to share it with a friend. Tag them below, share this episode with them, and I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you later. Bye.